It's now time for Trivia Tracks with yours truly, Price Robertson. This edition of Trivia Tracks is brought to you by Washita Valley Respiratory Care, where you can breathe a little easier, and Beth Smith at Edward Jones. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC. A member of one of wrestling's most prominent families, Bob Orton Jr., also known as Cowboy Bob Orton, is best known for his time in the WWF, now WWE. He is the son of Bob Orton Sr., brother of Barry Orton, and father of Randy Orton. Born in Kansas City, Missouri, on November 10, 1950, Orton was trained by Hiro Matsuda. He debuted in the CWF via Florida in 1972, using the ring name of Young Mr. Wrestling, and working in instances with his father. Orton was one of the first wrestlers to use the superplex as his finishing maneuver. In his early days, he used the gimmick of a masked wrestler known as the Invader. This lasted until 1976. Also that decade, he spent some time in Vern Gagne's AWA with Bobby Heenan as manager. In the early 80s, Orton wrestled in the NWA, but first appeared in the WWF during that period. He joined the company full-time in 1984, the start of what would be the most famous run of his career. Roddy Piper, who brought in Orton as his bodyguard, often addressed him as Ace Orton. His other gimmick, wearing a cast during his matches, stemmed from legitimately having his left forearm broken in a match with Jimmy Snuka at the 1985 event The War to Settle the Score in Madison Square Garden. Although the injury healed in real life, the cast gimmick involved Orton, on doctor's orders, continuing to wear the cast, claiming the injury had not healed. Orton instead would use the cast to his advantage, striking his opponents behind the referee's back. He won several matches with and without the cast. Orton was involved in the main event of the first WrestleMania in 1985, being in the corner of Piper and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff in their match against Hulk Hogan and Mr. T. Orton accidentally cost his team the match after an attempted cheat backfired, resulting in him hitting Orndorff with the cast. Orton remained with Piper for the remainder of 1985, feuding with Orndorff and a variety of partners, such as Hogan, Andre the Giant, and Bruno Sammartino. After leaving the WWF, Orton took a short hiatus from wrestling until 1988, when he traveled to Japan. In 1989, he briefly joined WCW. Since 1990, he has wrestled in the independent circuit, but returned to WWE for a short time in 2005. He would make a few more appearances for the company between 2010 and 2017. Till next time, I'm Price Robertson. Amazed by today's trivia? Then join me every Monday through Friday morning for Trivia Tracks on Fox Sports Camden 97.1.